Disappointed to lose the game. Never liked losing. I think I've got to be honest with you. Their jubilant celebrations at full time was probably a little bit surprising in terms of how they were. But we had to take that one on the chin, as I said before. In October, some of our lads didn't cover themselves in glory with things that went on. So we always knew there'd be a response. I think I speak on behalf of the group. We didn't expect a response of that magnitude. But people, it's an emotional game, football. It's like I said, it's water off a duck's back for me. And I was very, philosophical after the game. The lads worked incredibly hard. It was a game of real fine margins. It was a scrappy game. I think I said, in my post-match, we sort of got to about sort of 65, 70 minutes, and I turned around and said at the bench, I don't think anything's happened in the second half. But it was always going to be a moment. I think there was going to be a moment. It was whether the moment was going to fall to us, would we take it? Because we knew they had front players in their team that would, and the minute Leon got clean and on goal, I knew what was going to happen. I was just waiting for the inevitable ball to ricochet into the goal, and to be fair, he finished it exceptionally well. And then obviously they get another one through the lad table. It's a really good finish, and you have to applaud them for that. And like I said afterwards, I'm not here to make headlines. It was congratulations to Leighton. They did what they needed to do in both penalty boxes, and they did that better than us on the night. And like I said to my players afterwards, I'm always big on handling yourself with class and humility and doing things properly. And I think people expected to see some sort of a reaction from me at full time, and it was never going to happen. I'm a dying breed of individual. I don't buy into all that shenanigans and nonsense. I've always believed at the end of the day, I'll take what people say to me man to man, face to face. I'll take that how it is, and there was certainly nothing that was said to me face to face on the evening. So congratulations to Leighton, well done. I said that a few weeks ago it was theirs to lose. I think they'll go on and win it now. And like I said before, I'm a realist. They've over the course of a 38-game season at the moment, we're going into the final push, and they're the best side in the league, and you have to give credit where credit's due. And as I said to our players, it was important that we handled ourselves properly. Every single one of them attended afterwards. I told them to congratulate the opposition. I stayed till late congratulating Lee Bircham and all his staff, and that's what I want my teams to look like. As I said, I certainly don't get involved in all the nonsense, and certainly we're not going to get involved in some of the screenshots I had fired my way from people who've obviously had one too many kickboxing cocktails that made me feel a little bit brave behind a keyboard. So I was especially pleased with the way that we handled ourselves post-match, and you have to take that on the chin. As I said, we got beat. That's the way it is. It's life. It's like I said afterwards, it's disappointing to lose the game. Can't fault effort. Certainly can't point fingers at the referee. I've got to be honest with you. He's the best referee we've had this year, in my opinion. The lad Kiefer, I think he was excellent. He spoke to us properly before the game. He managed the game properly. He communicated. He showed up humility. And he got the big decisions right, in my opinion, on the night. So I certainly couldn't afford any blame at his door. And hopefully, as I said, we'll see him again at some point this season. So can't have any complaints. Big moments of the game. They bury you, they punish you. That's why they're top of the league. And good luck to them. As I said, I wish them well. I'm not one who holds a grudge. I'm far too busy to worry about all that nonsense and carry on. So we move on now, as I said afterwards in the post-match, and I stand by it. With all due respect, if that's the biggest game I'm involved in for the rest of my career, then my career's gone very, very badly. So there'll be bigger ones coming up. We've got 10 games left, 10 big games for us. We still want to make sure that we're up in that top 2 come the end of the season, but we know we've got a long way to go, and we've got to make sure we get back to winning ways as quickly as possible. So looking forward to Saturday, looking forward to getting the game, looking forward to being back home again. So looking forward to a real tough test. So yeah, the squad's a little bit thinner than I'd like it to be. As I said, we went into Tuesday. Unfortunately, we didn't have Alfie Osborne, Luke Dunstable or John Smith. Luke sits out another game this weekend, unfortunately, after a 2-game ban. But we'll have him back a week Saturday, which is good for us. Alfie Osborne will assess tonight. We'll see how his hamstring is. We're hopeful to get him back as well. We've got the potential to bring a couple in if we need to, but we've got Dan Naylor back from Osei-Addo. He's done exceptionally well there during that period of time, and we thank Osei-Addo for the way they've looked after him. So we've got him back in contention for Saturday, and as I said, he's gone out and done exactly what I asked him to do. He's gone and worked incredibly hard. He's come back, reinvigorated, ready to go, and we're looking forward to having him back into the group. And like everything, we just seem to be light in certain areas, but we've had that all season. We lost a load of defenders at the same time, then we lost a load of strikers at the same time. Now we've lost a load of midfielders at the same time, but it's not a crisis. We've got a good group of players, a good squad that we've got here. We're pleased with the squad we have. And we've got players back fit. It's good to start getting more minutes back into Carl Faulkner now. Joe Sellers-West's coming back, so we'll get him up to match speed. So we're in a good space. As I said, we're certainly not sitting there pushing panic buttons or worrying about anything at the moment. We know what we've got to do over the next 5 weeks. We've just got to get back to winning ways, and they don't come much tougher than this Saturday, that's for sure. So I've been very, very honest with the Risborough Rangers situation over the course of last season. Whether people think so or not, I can only go on what I saw on the pitch, and they were the best side we played last year, in my opinion. I know they finished second in the league, they deserved to go up, and for whatever reason they didn't. I didn't get involved in the politics. I've got a lot of time for Mark Eaton, a lot of time for Paul Bonham. There are some right whoppers in this league, and I've got to give those two credit. They're good people. They're one of the few good ones. So it'll be good to catch up with them, but they know the deal. They know the crack when 3 o'clock comes on Saturday. It's business as usual. They want to win the game, so do we. You know, they're right in contention again. They're right close on our tail. They've had a good run. They're off the back of a 3-game unbeaten run. You know, they hammered Crawley Green the other week 5-1. You know, not many teams have done that this year. And then obviously went away to Stotfold and got themselves a good 1-0. So we're expecting a real tough test. They've got Ricky Miller at the front end of the pitch. That's a National League striker, another real goal threat, and we've got to make sure that we nullify him. They've got good experienced players. They've got players that have achieved a lot at the level. So it's going to be a tough test for us, but I'm actually glad it's them we're playing on Saturday. I've got to be honest, I'd rather that, because I think we've got to come off the back of a real tough game, and we've got to go into a real tough game. And our players know that we've got to turn up and make sure that we're spot on Saturday, because if we can perform like we have done for large parts of the season, I'd back us to get 3 points. If we're off our levels, then Risborough are quite capable of doing what they've done to a few teams recently and give you a good hiding. So, as I said, looking forward to catching up with the management team. But as I said, the most important thing for me at 5 o'clock is to make sure that it's us celebrating the 3 points and not them. So we'll hopefully have a good crowd. Good to get back on our home pitch, which is important to us. We want everyone to dust themselves down. I was delighted with the way we travelled on Tuesday night. The amount of Dunstable Town support was fantastic. I was delighted with the way our supporters behaved themselves. We showed a real class, which was great to see. And hopefully we do that again on Saturday in what's going to be a really important game. It's one we can't afford to lose. As I said, if we get beat on Saturday, you know, we give ourselves an even bigger mountain to climb. But more importantly, then Risborough will jump over us if they win their game in hand. So it's a real tough one, but one we're looking forward to. So hopefully see you all there, and hopefully bring you a nice, entertaining game.